Soon we'll be there. Real soon. Now the coffee's done. So let's get to work. So here we are. Here's how our fix looks at the moment. It looks pretty rough, but it looks tough. Exactly how I want it to look and sound like. So now I think there's enough layers to fill it, make it completely even here on the top. What I'm gonna do now is it's time to start the very vigorous sanding and sand all these rough edges and all these little things out of the way in order to make it smooth all around for the final layers. But it's gonna be really dusty business, so better put all my safety gear on for that. And it's windy too. The wind is blowing all over the place. And here's how it looks now after sanding and cleaning up the edges a little bit. So it's really smooth now at the top. I managed to get it nice and even and smooth here at the top, as well as the edges. Smooth, and the corners smooth, round and smooth. So I actually managed to get all the sanding done in just a couple of hours in the morning, and I just came back to the evening shift after putting my kids to sleep. And as you can see, I put the tarp back on because the forecast eventually was promising some rain as well. Okay, but now I would say that the preparations have been made in order to put the final layers of glass, the top layers, covering this whole piece. And it's now sanded clean. All the corners are now round and nice, and I air blasted it free from all the dust. And then before of course the lamination, before I'm going to start the laminating, I will just wipe it thoroughly, give it a proper wipe with acetone. Just get all the grease and the last bits of dust away. Yeah. Now this evening's task is to prepare the template, because the next pieces of glass are not going to be square. They're going to be a little bit more complex. I want to do this maybe altogether four layers of glass. That will first will come somewhere up to here, second one up to here, third one down here, and fourth all the way down here. And I have to prepare the pieces, so this whole area is going to be one piece, and I'll have to design the pieces how they're gonna look like. And probably I need to go to the fiberglass shop tomorrow, because I'm running out of the 400G glass. Okay, let's get to work. All right, so the final layer is coming up. For the final layers, I just went back to the fiberglass and composite store today to get some brand new fabric of the 440G glass, and I'm in the process of making the templates for the final layer. So this is the stencil I'm using. So altogether four different layers. The fourth one reaching all the way to the bottom. First one starting from the top. And I used this parchment paper in order to trace it based on my modeling yesterday. So here's the first one. I'm gonna cut it. No, actually, this is gonna be the fourth one. And then I'm gonna cut the 3 more layers. And again, this is a perfect day for epoxying. It's warm outside, so making the final stretch starts today. end is getting near. We've been now setting the final layers, final layers to this mast step over here, and I've now put 2 layers overarching from the top to the sides, and to the sides and to the around the edges and the corners. So the first 2 layers, they reached round about all the way to here, and I needed to do a little interim sanding in between, as I got a little air bubble here on this side right here. It was round about this size, and I didn't manage to get rid of it while the epoxy was curing, so there was no other ways around it but just accept the fact that you have to wait for it to cure and then do a interim sanding. Or that was my solution. Maybe there could have been other solutions to it, but this was mine. So here it is. 2 more layers to go, and this looks pretty smooth. I'm in the process of, I just sanded the epoxy paste, or the thickened epoxy that I used to fill the void, and you know, wiped out all the sanding dust, and then of course wipe it with the acetone before the final layers. And here's how the second to last layer is going to look. So it's going to be reaching all the way from here all the way down here, and I'm planning to work around the edges. I've cut I did a little cuts here in order to make the epoxy to fold nicely over here, and then hopefully it will fold and set nicely. Also up here, I'll do my best. This time what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pre-wet the layer before I set it over here, so I don't have to do all the wetting on here on the premises, because I want it to be as wet as possible in order to stick well and in order to fold well on the step. And it's going to be 2 layers now, 2 more layers, this and the next one, which is going to be even bigger. It's going to be even bigger, and hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes well, I'll be able to set both of the layers today. But if there's going to be any air pockets or any curving edges which are not stick well to the step, I need to do another sanding. But if that's what it takes, I'm gonna do it, because then the end result is gonna be better. All right, it's a little bit colder day, so we're gonna wait for the temperature to rise a little bit and then get to work. Okay, so here's how it looks like after all the glass layers, and after I ripped off this fabric that was covering after the last layer. As you can see, the top surface became really good for the fairing. So no need to be sanding this final top layer because it's already rough and it's scratchy enough, so the fairing should be adhering really well and grabbing really well to the surface. So I'm really happy with the result, how it turned out and how it looks like. It's really solid, it's really smooth, and all I need to do is just put a couple of layers of the fairing all the way from here and make it smooth all around. And now I need to find the old screw holes once more and drill the holes before I put the coating, fairing coat on, because then otherwise it will be impossible to find them anymore. Let's see how far we will get tonight.